Hi everyone. I have a really interesting kind of live video to share with you today. It's going to touch on a few different things. As you can see, I'm actually recording this from the music studio today during a little break. So if you hear some cacophony going on in the other room, that's what's going on. I wanted to talk a little bit today about my personal purpose and why I'm here, why I'm doing this. I know I've kind of already alluded to some things, but today's kind of a bit of a special assignment, and I have other things that I have not shared that I mean to with today's video. The first thing I'd like to say is, again, why I started this business. Superficially, yes, it's literally for extra income to supplement, what's happening or not happening as much here at the store. I do expect things over at the music store to rebound, but not until September. But either way, I feel like there's something more I'm supposed to be doing. And that's partly why I thought about, okay, what is my other passion in life? Yes, it's music. It's always been music, but there's something more. There's something else I'm really passionate about. There's something else that I want to do every day to share with others. So, that's what got me thinking back during the fall time. It was like, look, I can't keep going like this. I need to add something. I need to do something more than just running the music store and teaching the students part-time, because it went down to part-time. So it made me start thinking about going back and, okay, so why did I go into teaching to begin with? Why am I such a people person? Why do I enjoy working with students, with clients? Because I teach all too, all the way up to senior citizen years. My youngest student right now is 5. The oldest, I believe, is in her 70s. So, so it's like, well, what got me into this kind of work to begin with? And, I thought back to when I was like 15, 16 years old when I started this, and it was the joy of meeting with a client each week, a student each week, and seeing them a step forward than they were before, seeing them progress. Like, my brain really got off watching improvement, watching progression, watching achievement, watching something culminate into a performance, watching them play something nearly perfectly because that was the goal, watching them, helping them set a goal, and then actually take the long road to complete it. Like, all of those things were so important, and it was the number one reason why I never looked back from teaching music. So fast forward to like several months ago, and it's like, okay, so I gotta do something where it's working with clients, because I consider myself very good while working with clients. I enjoy it. It's a very organized system in my life, in my mind, and I've got actually a pretty good retention rate, at least working with students. So it's like, okay, but my other passion is fitness and nutrition, this constant weight loss thing. But like fitness and nutrition, those topics really, really excite me. Put the two together, boom, health coach. So that's where the idea came from, and then the research started, the coursework started, and well, now here I am. So, that's why I decided to add this, specifically this, because it really is me. So, fitness and nutrition, where did that come from? Alrighty. Well, I guess part of me wants to say sort of middle school, kind of, but I don't know. It's debatable, because middle schoolers don't really care about being super healthy. I was never like the gym or the sports type. I liked to dance. I always liked to dance. I still love dance. But I never really got serious about it until after college, when I put on a lot of weight through college and needed to get it off. So I started researching the heck out of everything, and I became a gym rat. And there was a lot of ups and downs along the way. I failed a number of times and did a lot of things that were not working, not right for me and my body style. There's a lot of learn by failing, which that's great knowledge that I have and can improve upon in somebody else's life now that I know what I'm doing for myself. But like the healthy eating, I found that once I learned how to cook and really apply myself for like using spices, using good flavors, figuring out and learning about all of these ingredients out there, these healthy ingredients that taste so good. My husband and I joke all the time about how we almost don't even like going out to dinner anymore, because it's like, well, we can cook this better at home for half the price, So, I mean, there's some of that, and then being able to make it healthy, and then you know what you're eating, you know what ingredients you're feeding yourself. When I was seeing a nutritionist for a while, learned all about clean eating, and like instantly the stuff I was eating just improved in taste and quality, of course. I felt so much better about what I was investing. So, I mean, that end of it was really exciting. And then the fitness end of it, I just kind of got addicted along the way and tried a whole bunch of things, and got back into dance much more seriously. And, just the marriage of those two things, plus learning, especially in the last year, how to engage in much more of a well-balanced self-care type of routine. And there's a number of things I do, and I'll be sharing about self-care and different methods, ways that, yes, you can do self-care without feeling vain and greedy about it, and share it with others, but we'll talk about that later. So just marrying all three of those things and learning the math behind it, I mean, such a great deal of knowledge. Yes, dialed down into something so simple, but yeah, that's basically all of it right there. But actually the credit needs to go to one other person. And sadly, this person is not really with us anymore. I lost my grandmother suddenly back last summer. She was 92, and I always admired her for really, really taking care of herself and figuring out how to live her best life into her senior years. And, I remember talking to my mom not too far before that, when we both agreed without a doubt she probably lived past 100. It didn't happen that way. I'm pretty sure pandemic stress and maybe other things really got to her, and, and sadly she passed very quickly. But the takeaway, and maybe even the legacy that I'd like to kind of dedicate to her a little bit, is that she always valued healthy eating. She didn't really eat out much. She always watched portions. She didn't eat junk. She used to emphasize that everything was always better if you made it by scratch, and taught me her ways. Healthy fruits, vegetables, going to farmers markets, growing fresh produce and herbs. She was the one who got me into herb gardening, which I started that in middle school, and I guess that's kind of where I was going with that. And a lot of those things just really stuck with me. And as I watched her progress through her 70s and her 80s and still be able to walk well, and my goodness, when she broke her leg and wound up in the hospital when she was in her 80s, I mean, that would have killed anybody. But she, recovered and got out of there and got home 2 weeks earlier than they said she would. It was because she took all sorts of vitamins that she literally healed at the pace of, a middle-aged person. That, really stuck with me. And it became something that not only did I want to aspire to, but, she had some knowledge that I picked up that so many people also need to know. Because we all have this one life, and we all have this one body to take care of, to basically try to make it last as long as we can, so that we can enjoy more memories, more time with the people we love. There's nothing more important than that. Nothing. Not a thing. And she never really had to deal too much with chronic conditions or anything like that. I mean, and to live until 92 and then go just like that. I mean, it's sad to think about, of course, on the surface, but my goodness, what a life. And, by going this route and making part of my career into health coaching, I almost feel like I'm doing her some justice with this a little bit. So I wanted to share that. That's really important to me. And, so this, using, I guess basically this is segueing into something that my marketing intensive is having us do this week. And it's called My Personal Purpose. And so my personal purpose statement that I developed with my coach is, my personal purpose is to guide others into personal empowerment so that they can unapologetically create their best lives. And I'm kind of alluding to my grandmother on this, because I do believe she had a great life, and she created that life because of her healthy habits. And then the personal empowerment part is more something that I guess I had to work with a little bit. I feel like I've changed a lot in the past year and in the past 5 years, maybe more like 7 years. I am not the same person I used to be, not by any means. I don't recognize sometimes the ways that I think, but I like them a lot better. But in this past year, I've learned how to, a year and a half-ish, I've learned to empower myself and change the ways that I think about certain things and change the mindset towards a lot of things so that I can feel empowered to embark on something hard, on something risky, on something that may not be pleasant to experience, but you got to get through it anyways and not complain about it. And that empowerment is something I think a lot of people lack. And I feel like knowing that you are living a healthy lifestyle can make you feel more confident inside. I certainly did. And it's a hard thing to try to describe unless you've gone through it. And I feel like there's many steps before one thing can really lead to the other. But that's what this whole journey is all about. That's what the plan I have for any clients that go through my program through PAFE. That's what that's all about too. The start, the goal, which is the process, and then the end product, which is that personal purpose. Getting personal empowerment so that you can unapologetically create your best life. What does your best life look like? Think about that in a second. Does a healthy lifestyle support that? Does it make it easier, better, more attainable? Would it make your dream come true? Just, I guess, some things to think about. So, anyhow, if any of these thoughts or anything about what I was just explaining, any part of it, if that resonates with you at all, I invite you to share your thoughts. Let's bounce around some ideas. Let's have a conversation in the comments. I like that. It's been happening a little bit with my posts, and I've been enjoying reading them and responding and asking questions because I'm trying to pick people's brains and learn how people think about certain things. But yeah, if any of this kind of breaks into a thought of something, yeah, let's talk about it. And if so, and even if not, if you think that something I said here could impact somebody else please share this by tagging their name in the comments. It's a public post, so you should be able to do so, okay? Alright, so thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day. Until I talk to you again, have a good one.